Hey Pablo, Jessica Peterson here from Peterson SEO. We chatted a little bit earlier this week, and you had posted something in the Facebook group about how you're doing really good with your referrals and everything, but really need to relook at that online presence and really get some of that organic going. And I couldn't agree with you more. In fact, we had met the first time back in February of 2024, where I had done this original audit for you, and we had chatted on the phone, and you were locked under some type of ridiculous contract at that time, and had a few months before you were able to get out of that, and I was never able to reconnect after that. I did try a few times. And from the sounds of it, you had talked to several different agencies and just weren't finding somebody that connects with you, or something of that line from what I read. And all of that stuff is fair. Not everybody does the same thing, or have the same specialties. A lot of these companies use the same templated website and content and strategy, and you just can't do that, right? You guys are all different. You have different competitors, different areas. You have different goals. Even being in the same niche or water damage doesn't mean you guys are both going for the same goals or the same desires. And so every strategy really needs to be based around you, your company, and what you're doing. And so I just wanted to do a quick updated review for you. I wanted to compare to where you were in February 2024 versus now. And it does look like there's a considerable drop all the way around. And so I think it's just really important to kind of just go over everything with you one more time. And then if you'd like to chat more, we can, but at least you have the information, okay? So there's also been a lot of changes in the last 2 years. All the algorithm changes, the way people search changed. And so what Google wants for your website now versus what they wanted 2 years ago is different. And so you definitely want to make sure that your website and everything you're doing is complying now with how Google wants websites to be, what they are ranking for, and also how people are searching, right? Because not everybody is just typing in keywords anymore. Now they're typing in questions, and they're using generative like AI like ChatGPT and Alexa to have questions answered and be connected with the businesses of their choice. And so now your online presence needs to conform to all of that. And you are doing fabulous on your Facebook, by the way, which is great. But that's really more of just brand promotion and showing what you're doing, because Facebook is more of a stop and scroll. It's not a search based. So really getting clientele from Facebook for emergency restoration isn't really a thing. You can definitely get more followers and eventually get clients that way, but that's not where a bulk of people are going to come from, because it's not search intent. Okay, so having that organic search is going to be the purest, best quality leads that you're going to get. Having the your referrals and everything is great, but it's not reliable, and at some point they do dry up. It's not going to keep you booked out forever, so you do have to have your organics and everything dialed in, and then partner together. Everything is gravy. Okay, so just going over that real quick. So as we had talked about before, Google doesn't rank websites based on appearance. It is going to be based on content. It's going to be based on how helpful your content is to your customers. Okay, is it answering their questions? Is your content written around your keywords? Do you have a separate page for all your major services? And I do see here you do at least have the very minimal pages that Google would want. You do need to have a separate page for each major service. And being in a highly competitive area, you really should have additional pages for these, like the different things like burst pipe and water extraction and flood and all those type of things. You want to be able to capture those content gaps. Google wants to see those separate pages. That way you can hyper focus on that one issue, what you do to remedy the issue, what your process is, answer the most common questions in FAQ style, and really hit those local keywords, okay? You have to be focused on your Atlanta keywords, and that's one of the biggest issues of your entire website. And so having the right type of content, content that's built around your local keywords. Over 90% of people, when they're searching for your service, will never search for your brand name. They are searching for the service they need, and that is what you have to capitalize on. As important as your brand is, most people have never been in this situation before. They don't know who to call. They are going to be searching and asking questions to get help for what they need. And so that is what your website needs to be based around. So this homepage is the most important, and you do have these little summaries for each of the major services, which is good. Looks like we've got a bunch of AI photos here. And then, but what you notice is there is no keywords at all. No local keywords, no regular keywords. And so Google is sending crawlers to your website to index everything. It scans every single image, all of this written content, and it's looking to understand what it is that you do. It's looking for those keywords so that you can get those keywords indexed and ranked. It's looking to understand what is your service area, so it's making sure to send the right people to your website. And so without having those service area pages that tells Google all these areas that you serve, without having these keywords, Google's at a loss, okay? And not having all of these things that Google now wants to be able to bring customers, it's making it pretty impossible to do that. So while your website does look good, it's missing a lot of key factors Google is looking for to be able to send you customers. Now, when we look at your competition, they don't have nearly enough content either. They do have more pages. They do write a lot of long form blogs. They also have a different page for each area that they service. And so in order to be able to beat these guys and be competitive, you have to do better. You have to have more content. You have to have those local keywords. Okay. You have to have more content on the page. You need more than 1,500 words and more than your competition has. You need to have these service area pages. Okay. All of these things are going to help you to be more competitive with these customer competition and to be able to outrank them at some point. When your customers search, as we know, they do a search like this, and there's 3 main areas your business can be at the top. The first are going to be your ads. If you want to run them, they can be really helpful and lucrative. Those can be your cost per click or local service ads, but you do have to have your processes dialed in. You do have to make sure that you're not sending people to your main website, but you have designated landing pages that go with the ads so that they have a chance to convert. Okay, otherwise you're not going to get a good ROI. The second section here, this is your Google Business Profile, Google Map Pack. You have to show up here in this top 3 because 30% of people come here and don't go anywhere else. And so because your profile is not popping up here, you have to optimize that. You have to go out and get more citations. And that is listing your business name, address, phone number, and website in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Angie's, House, Home Advisor, etc. So you do need a bunch of those and more than your competition, and that will help get you towards the top there. And then this third section here is your organics. This is 60 to 70% of people come here. They'll skip ads, they'll skip maps, and they come here. So your website absolutely has to show up here, or you're leaving 60 to 70% of the jobs on the table every single month by your website not being here. So in order for your website to get here, it comes back to the foundation of this website here. Do you have the right pages? Do you have the right content and keyword strategy? Are you supporting that with SEO? Okay. So back to here, this is Ahrefs, the paid tool we use to see how your website is performing. Right now, we can see that your rating here is a 3.4 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow. Okay. You've only got 9 keywords indexed, and you got about 8 people to your website. If we actually compare that to where you were in February of 2024, you had a website rating of a 34. You had 115 backlinks, 32 keywords, okay? So you have lost 30 points. You've lost, 30 points in your trust factors. You've lost most of your keywords, and you still don't have any traffic, even though you have an increase of backlinks. So this score is important because when Google trusts your website more, it helps promote your website more, helps it to rank, helps you to rank those keywords. Okay. The backlinks is the power that helps increase this score. So while you do need a lot of these backlinks, you can't just have any backlinks. That would be good quality do follow backlinks that are going to come from other related websites, other home service businesses, vendors, directories, etc. Okay. As that increases, your trust from Google increases and your website rankings increase. Okay. And if we looked at your keywords, the only thing you're ranking for is your brand. And against 90% of people, that's not what they're going to search for. So you're missing out on just about anybody searching right now in your service area. When we look at your competitor, they do have a low score, okay? But they have a ton more content, a ton more pages. They've been indexed for more keywords. So they're getting over 1,100 people to their website every single month. When we look at their keywords, we can see that they are ranking, okay? There's 10 spots per page on Google, and this just goes on forever. They are in those top positions. They're getting that traffic. They're going after these high value local keywords that I was just talking about. The higher you rank, the more this percentage for each search. So there's thousands of searches every single month that you're missing out on by just not having the proper strategies in place, not having the right content and keyword strategy, and then not actually having an SEO strategy that supports that. Okay, so these guys are definitely somebody that you can compete with and eventually be able to outrank. But you absolutely do have to, you do absolutely have to work on the strategies that I've just shown you. So, Pablo, I hope you found this to be helpful. If you would like a partner in this, this really is our specialty. We work with restoration companies throughout the country. This is our passion. This is what we specialize in. So if you would like a growth partner that's going to help you get there, please feel free to reach out. You can message me on the Facebook. You could give us a call. We could set up another time to chat. But I'm confident if you follow these strategies, you're going to get results. If you want a partner, we can help you get there. So please feel free to reach out, and I really hope to speak with you again soon.